need to find those Pokemon that have drop stone. Otherwise, I think I've got enough for now. Hold on, I've got the list. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. We need Rampardos. It seems like all the dinosaur Pokemon plus Blissey. Oh, thanks. Now leave me alone. Wait, I have him? He must be half found. That must mean he's like waiting in a bush somewhere, right? Because I don't even think I have Chansey, but I don't even think I have Blissey discovered. Well, what's up, my people? I have been using this game as a mechanism to pass anxiety and light life happenings. Life has been hitting Heather and I like a truck lately, dude. So I just haven't been live as much, but I'm getting back into it. I'm never gone. That's what you got to remember. But I've been absolutely shredding in this game. I will give you guys a full walkthrough here. I was just working on this part yesterday. I finally got like the starting area redone, and then I got this area done like sometime last week. And then this, I think you guys saw this. It was kind of, and then this is still work in progress. This is probably gonna get like mostly redone. I'm going to move the Pokemart and the Pokemon Center over to this untouched area just for now until I do get to it. Because I don't want to make this part seem like it's like the big main part of town. Because what I've started doing so far in the way I've built it up is this is definitely more like the wild, or more like just like the more rustic part of the area. So I feel like these builds, I should just get rid of the Pokemon Center and the Pokemon Mart, move them over to that end, and then build up this into kind of more of like, because like over here you got your cabins, and then up there you got your more like rustic town, and then over there you got another little cabin kind of area for the flowers. But here I feel like having the Pokemon Center and the Pokemart is almost like too much of like a, like you're going from cabins to the Pokemon Center being right behind it. So I figured I'll terraform this into like a hill or something, and then make this into like a little neighborhood with like regular houses. So it's like more of like outskirts of like the main quote unquote city. And then I'll make this into some nice little grassy park area. But then over here, this whole area will get turned into like more of like the modern town area, I think. But let's do a full walkthrough real quick, because I actually haven't done a full walkthrough other than flying around myself. Because I haven't done anything out here other than kind of clean up the cave, and I moved my... This is my, what farm? This is my paint farm. Yeah. So I just throw berries in here, and all 4 of these Pokemon here, Geodude, Graveler, Larvitar, and Tyranitar, all 4 of them have the Crush ability. So if you just load up the community box with fruits, they will periodically just come over here, grab fruits, crush it into paint, and then put the paint back in the community chest for you. So it's just like a temporary farm. And then as we get up So this is like the original starting area, which I just like now recently worked on. I haven't done any of the interiors yet. This is technically this has Haxor, Carcol, and Glimora. I can't remember the other one's name. Glimora and the other one, they both litter iron ore. They're actually the only two Pokemon in the game, from my understanding, that litter iron ore. And then Colcart, he has Gather, which gather, and then I guess I should say Haxorus, he has litter, but he litters logs. And so to make this come together, Colcart is the magic key because he has burn and gather. So he will gather the iron ore and the small logs and then put them into this chest, into this community chest. And then once the iron ore and logs are in the community chest, then Haxorus has chop as well as litter. So then he will immediately take those logs that he littered that were collected by Colcart back out, chop them into lumber, and then put those, which he hasn't. Sometimes, I swear, sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. I don't really know the difference in what causes it, whether like something has to be outside of the house. But either way, then the iron ore that's in here, Colcart will then pull out the iron ore and then automatically put it into the furnace and make it into iron ingots. So this makes lumber and iron ingots. And technically, if I wanted to like sweep up the raw versions, I could too. Because that's, once you get going on building, you don't want to be like, most of the things that you can automate, you want automate, like stones and lumber and iron. There's some things I've learned you can't really automate, like seashells and stuff, but otherwise you want to have like as much as possible. Because your materials do go a long way in this game. Like, for example, when you craft, like I'm going to need these anyway. What were they? These ones. So if I want to make 200 of these stone tilings, I only need 40 stones to do so. So it's your materials that you gather and collect do go quite a long way. So you don't need like some insane like level of production in your farm. I'm trying to actually show you guys the scene. I haven't fully finished this area yet. I guess I really haven't finished any area fully yet, but this part still has some work to do. I think I'm actually going to put another lift. You'll see I've got a whole pulley system lift that I built that looks super dope up on the ridge. Nice little sitting. It's me! Haxorus, you better be yelling at me to give me logs, I swear. I bet you could too! They're right here in the community chest! I'm wondering if, like... Oops. If I have to, like, move stuff. Because I don't know if he has, like, the room to, like, access it like he's supposed to. Because if I tell him to follow me and then stand on it, he should... Yeah, see, now he's like, leave this to me! And he went and grabbed... Yeah, he went and grabbed 10 out of there. But, like, I shouldn't have to command him, so to speak. I finished this little lake up last night. This is so cute. Thank you. I want to do so much more, but I figured I'd start with, like, the more... Like, I liked Withered Wastelands kind of the most, even though Pallet Town's more of a blank palette, or, like, blank slate, obviously. But Withered Wastelands is, like, more in my style, I think, of just, like, building scenery. So I wanted to start here, and I wanted to... The goal is to cover everything. So I'll skip this part for now on the tour, just because I haven't really figured that part out and finished it yet. Move it, tank. Whooper, you can get in the way anytime you want. So this part, work in progress. It's going to be changed up a little bit. So here's my lift. Look at my cool pulley lift that I built. Look, it's holding. I'm gonna build stuff down here, and eventually there will be a receiving end of this. But I haven't obviously worked on this part yet over here. It's on the list. It's on the list. But I built a really cool iron girder lifty thing up here. Because this is like, and you can see, this is a part of the map that instead of like completely repairing it, I'm more along the lines of like patching things. So I made this into like, almost like, because if you can see, if you have played this game and seen what this area looks like when you start the game, it still pretty much does. I haven't moved any of the mountains or anything. But you can tell, I can't tell if like this part of the map moved up or other parts of the map moved down. I think it was the former. I think the part down here used to be up here. And then same with like this. I think instead of this used to being a valley, I think this used to be all pretty level. I think it's supposed to like, because they talk about like earthquakes and stuff happening in the story. So I imagine that this was like, this was the regular level and that stuff fell down, but it's hard to tell. But anyway, so this was part of the area that was clearly affected by the earthquake. So I put a bridge over this part where it looked like the path was supposed to go. And then there wasn't originally water coming out of here, but I was like, obviously got to add a water feature that goes through here. Make it look more scenic. See, I haven't added grass or fancy stuff. Like I'm probably going to add like another hammock or some other stuff over there. I just haven't gotten around to it. And there's some other areas. If you see like where it's plain, it means I've maybe started some, but I haven't fully done it all up yet. No LEGO Fortnite today. It's still been pretty laggy for me. What do you want? Oh, you got bricks for me? Oh, and see, I've got a auto brick farm going here. So here we've got Whooper, Clodsire, what's his name? Tripinch, and Colossal. The other Colossal has burn and gather, just like Colcart does. The other three, they have litter, and they litter squishy clay. So this should be full of squishy clay. And then Colossal, I don't know if maybe the door is not big enough. Maybe I have to make this a double door. But he should be automatically going and making this into bricks. But I might have to put this outside. Because I think Colossal is just too big to fit in the house. I think I just have to put it on the outside of the house. Maybe? I don't know all the inner workings. I haven't got that deep into it yet, but... Yeah, I guess he's just too chunky. Buddy, I need you. Come on. Make bricks. I need epic bricks stat. But that's my brick farm. And then here, this isn't really a farm so much as it's just important characters. We got Smear Girl, Tinker Tough, and Drifloom. Drifloom takes you to Dream Islands. Smear paint stuff for you, and Tinker build stuff faster for you. This is technically a house too. I haven't put anybody in it, but just Ditto's blank expression. I keep forgetting I could put pictures on these. I just don't have a lot of good ones that I've like intentionally took. It's me. Oh yeah, we gotta go to the orchard. Oh, dope. It's probably what I'll be doing at some point today too. Is searching for a few more. I want to find at least a couple of the Pokemon that litter stone. Give me a recipe. Nope. Oh, sick. I wasn't expecting it to be a recipe because it wasn't one of the clicky ones. Probably gonna redo. I don't like this area too much. I could probably do this to be up better. Plus, it needs to have more trees and bushes and stuff. There's a lot of parts I'll need to go back to eventually. These serve no purpose. This is just to make it look like they store all the fruits that they're gathering here. But here's a nice view of the place, of this area anyway. I wish there was like, I like all the color options we do have for stuff, but like some of them don't, like you can see, for example, some things I wish they would change or make quality of life changes to is the roof pieces. Obviously the way around this is if you add corner pieces, but not like as a house builder, you don't want all of your houses to have fully wrapped roofs. There's an aesthetic to having like that chopped off roof aesthetic. But the problem is the only edge roof pieces are these, and the only colors you can dye them aren't exactly the colors of other pieces. And these log pieces you can't even recolor, funny enough. They count as like decor pieces or something, so they're like not paintable. But otherwise you get some of these mismatches, which it does add some more color to the build, obviously, but there's some parts that mismatch and end up not looking exactly how you'd want them to. So there's been some light hold up for me lately. So like this area, you can see like I've added trees, but I still need to go through and make it nicer, like add habitats and add some little I need to add more of these little dens here, like these things. And I need to go to like another area too at some point, kind of just experiment with some other builds. I forgot to show you guys the Pokecamp. And as you can see, I'm actually working on changing this road. So here is the Pokecamp. House to a bunch of just tiny Pokemon. Can't even remember who's over here. Oh yeah, jump off those fluff. Forgot about that. Just a little mini garden area. But I'm going to be working on this all today. I'm going to probably be working on this area. Then we can go up here. We've got a nice little flower area. This house has Combee and Vespiquen. And this one has Goomy and whatever the other one's called. And then this one's, I'm not going to keep them here permanently, but we've got Venusaur, Oddish, Tangrowth, and Pupitar, which are obviously good choices for this this location. I feel like grass and buggy Pokemon are just good in general. It just fits the vibe. But yeah, my goal is to, I want to put a lighthouse up there on that hill over there in the distance. I'm probably just gonna, I don't know if I'll try, I guess it's a good opportunity to try a build like that on my own without, because I've seen some really good references online already just in passing through social media. But I think like right smack dab in the middle, or like maybe more off to the left right here, I'm not sure, having a big old lighthouse right here that like towers over, because like the beach is right here, and eventually again, my plan is to redo the entire Withered Wastelands eventually. Oh, there's a feather over there. It's probably gonna disappear right as I get up to it. But yeah, my goal is to do like pretty much this entire Withered Wastelands. Eventually I'll have like a beach area over here. I'll do up the cave, put a bunch of rock Pokemon in it. Oops, I forgot I gotta mine. So right now I've got this part covered, that part. I've almost got it a good connecting part. I've just got to, this middle piece was the last piece I needed to fill in the other day to like connect this finished-ish, again, not completely finished, mostly finished town to this part, to that part, to that part. So now I've got like one cohesive chunk of land. Oh, I forgot to show you the cave that I built into the side of the cliff here. Oh, and there technically is a secret entrance. You don't have to fly in. Enter through the waterfall right here. And then there's like an actual little pathway through here that leads you up here. And then you're up at this part of the orchard. I like to make, especially if you want the Pokemon to get there, you kind of have to make it somewhat walkable. Oh boy, 2 bean pods. Also, no shame, I time traveled like a crazy person to get all the recipes, because that's like the only way you can get new recipes is, I want to say most of them are just through the shop. So you see how I learned these ones already. But these are today only items. So every day in the item shop, you'll get 2, sometimes 3, and even sometimes 4 recipes that you can buy from the shop that are unique. Like these ones down here, these ones will never go away or change. So I have like all the time in the world to buy these recipes. But if you want all the other unique recipes, essentially you need to time travel day by day, stamp your card so that way you're earning coins to buy the recipes, and eventually after like a couple months worth of time traveling, you have most of the recipes. There's still some items that I've learned that you can't build because they're only lost relic items, so you either have to dig them up or 3D print them. But I am going to be doing more interior work soon. Trying to think of what of these things are most important for me to buy. I guess I'll just leave it until I know I need something, because I only have 2,400 coins, so I could buy like 2 of these things. Granted, I have all the time in the world to buy these, but these are some of the last recipes I have to buy in general. Like if I go to collection, no, not collections. Wait, is that where it is? Yeah, recipes. Yeah, the rest, so there's certain things where I'm like, I think these are the ones that are in the shop, these ones that I'm missing. But there still could be a few more that I discover from the ripples, or whatever they're called. But I have most of it. There's not a lot I don't have at this point, because the reason I started time traveling to get all the recipes, because when I was building, what I was finding was happening was like, oh, I'm reusing the same 5 or 6 decorations again and again and again, which wasn't terrible, but I'm like trying to world build here and make a whole kind of like evolving landscape, so I wanted to have at least a good amount of different stuff to work with. going to need more, aren't I? So I think I made like 200 of these, but I'm about to hit that. Yep. See, I'm still unsure if I should take out... I want to make this Pokemon Center into just a... Or this Pokemart. I'm probably going to move it and just make it into a... Like, terraform a little hill right here. So that way there's more of like a partition between the log cabin area and then like the modest house area, we'll call it. Let's do like another 150. Probably more than I needed, but hey, we'll use it for another project eventually. Probably. Although now I need like a bajillion more stone to build the curb sides. Probably gonna need a good like 200 of those. No, let's start with less because I think we'll need less total than we did the tiles. I guess we'll figure it out. And then I'm gonna need some corners, and I'll do those at the end, and we'll kind of get an idea for how many we actually need. Oh, the fun part. I should probably go Ditto or Magnemite form for this. There we go. I guess let me move this stuff out before I go too crazy on parts like this, because I don't even know if these where these stairs are going to ultimately land. I'll probably keep this the same. I like that. But I think I need to actually start moving the Pokemon Center and the Pokemart. And I can't remember if I would have to... Because, like, I've put some extra stuff in here. Since then, do I have to, like the other houses, move stuff out? Because some of that stuff is default stuff that's been in there, like the rug. But then some of that stuff I put in there. So like I really don't know how the relocation thing will work. Let's do it, I guess. So I have to like put a block in front of it. That's probably what it is. I'm guessing it has to be like here to register. There's nothing to move. Liar. So I have to put it in front of... Oh, I think I have to put it in there. Wait. confused. I swear I've moved this before. I think it just has to be in the right spot, no? Up there. Because I moved the Pokemon Center before, but... Oh. Okay, I do have to throw it on the side, and I have to get the person out of here first. How do I get you out of here? Can I have you follow me? Hey, trade time is over. Can I tell him that? Yeah, out of here. Go. We're done. Get out of here. Okay. Is he gonna let me build this now? Oh, there we go. They just wouldn't let me build it while he was inside. There we go. Cool, 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 cool. And then we'll go grab Tink, and we'll be off with the Pokemon Center and the Pokemon. We're going to put him into the other area and that I'm going to work on eventually. Are you coming? Very slowly. I swear some of these Pokemon are just too big. And, like, they don't know how to path next to each other. Like, I swear Colossal is like a 2x2 brick character. Move. So maybe you just gotta move that pole real quick. There we go. Here, we're gonna put that. No, that doesn't make sense. I had liked it where I had it, but it's not really suiting me there, is it? You really gotta leave some space for your bigger Pokemon. They are chunky. Okay, you're already working on it. I just need 2 more of anybody. So it looks like I don't have to take out the furniture, which is nice. Okay, while we're doing that, I need to go... I was looking at the Pokemon, and apparently Rampardos, I've got like half discovered. Because you'd think I would have found his... What's it called by now? But I'm guessing... He's probably somewhere in Rocky Ridges. I'm gonna go check there real quick. Because he's one of the ones that litters stone, which I'm gonna eventually need. The good thing about this game is you don't need, like, it's not like survival levels. So like when you're farming stuff and you don't need like auto farms necessarily, like it helps, but like the amount of stuff you need to gather in this game to build is very minimal compared to like something like LEGO Fortnite. Even that, it's easy to outpace how much you're ever gonna need. Okay. Where could this dude be? Oh yeah, I left all this stuff here when I did the original quest. Kind of want it back now. Especially the shovel, dude. The shovel's expensive. I swear it doesn't even have a recipe either. Alright, Rampardos. What is this? Oh. Is he at the museum maybe somewhere? Because I don't have him. I swear I didn't find him. And if I did, I don't remember where I put his habitat or what region I even found him in. Do I have anybody that has teleport here? Because this is, he shouldn't be, he's sensed, but I have it filtered by sense, not befriended. So I'm not sure why it's showing him unless it's like I have him waiting at a habitat to be discovered. That's the only thing I can think. Oh, 20 bucks says this is it. There we go. Rampardos? Probably? Maybe? No. It's Sudwidow. Oh. I was wrong. I owe you $20. You only have trade? Boo! See, then you would have thought Sudwidow would have been like half sensed there, right? Or maybe it's because Ramp. Some Pokemon you have to like discover out of the bush. Other Pokemon, they kind of just show up. So maybe I just need to move around and look for the yellow text. Because that's probably where it'll end up being. No, I have not done any museum work yet. That's the only place I could think is there was a pre-set up habitat over here. Because I have Rampardos half sensed, but I don't actually know his habitat. I'm thinking maybe it's in Pallet Town or one of the other ones. Like, I guess he could spawn anywhere. Alright. Worth a check. I'm trying to remember. It's been about at least a week and a half since I hopped on LEGO Fortnite in general. Since the cow event. Alright, nobody look at my Pallet Town. It is literally houseless. I mean, they have houses, but this is something I put together earlier. This is my litter kingdom. Machop is literally a slave to everybody here. So we have Ariados, Spinarak, Bellsprout, Cacturn, Altaria, Swablu, Mareep, Flaffy, Garbodor, and Snivy, all with the litter ability, all of which litter different things. And then Machop picks it all up, throws it all in here, and then I gather it, or I can pick it up off the ground. Machop doesn't seem to do a very good job of... Anybody who has the gather doesn't gather very fast. It's almost easier just to pick it up off the ground at this point, but I figure this is a better way for it to collect without... I don't know if there's like an upper limit to how much can sit on the ground from a litter Pokemon. Oh, and I got Raikou today when I went to the Pikachu Island. But these are all just Pokemon. These are like all my overflow Pokemon have been going as I've just been throwing them in the habitats. Which I don't understand because I swear I'm getting more Pokemon to spawn here than I ever have in any other region. I swear there's like 40 Pokemon spawned right now. Probably not that many, but it's a lot more than I feel like spawn when I'm in Withered Wastelands. Alright, so... I guess I don't know what that means on the Pokedex if a Pokemon is sensed but not discovered. So if I go to befriended, he won't be on here, obviously. So that makes me think he's like already spawned somewhere. What's his habitat? Maybe that'll help me. Hold on, I'm cheating. Yeah, it's the headbutt fossil display. Maybe the only... I don't know why I'd have him half sense. I've, like, never put that together. But maybe I have all of the pieces already, and I can put it together to get him? What was that? Oh yeah, and my storage is hidden back here now. Out of sight. It's not fully developed, but we're getting there. Alright, do I have the headbutt collection? It's 4 pieces, right? Headbutt, 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 shield, shield, tundra, deposit, shield. So I need the head. No, head, body, tail. That's all the pieces, right? Or is there a 4th one? Oh, in the stand. Okay. So I do have it all. Thought I had this habitat discovered already. Do I need more than one for this? Where do I put this for now? Because I just want to get the Pokemon to spawn and then probably just move them over to Pallet Town. Where will this be out of the way? Exodus, leave me alone. I'm trying to find you a dinosaur, brother. Yeah, we'll just throw it in the cave for now. Technically, I don't even think it needs to be on the stand. I think it just needs to be, like, next to it. There we go. Maybe it's because I saw him at one of the dev islands I was at or something like that. Maybe that's why I have him, like, half discovered. It's the only thing I could think of. But you should show up, like, at any point now. Alright, so we got him. Who else do I need for stones? I'm guessing that's just another fossil setup. Yeah, it's the deposit ones. What's up, Chris? How you doing? I'm Pokopia Ying. Yeah, that was just the deposit set. Let's see if I have the full set. Deposit body, deposit legs, tundra, tundra, tundra. I'm guessing this is another one, though. Looks like I have the full set to that. And then it looks like I have the full one of this, too. Let's just go get those going out there. I think all of these dinosaur Pokemon have the stone litter ability. Because a lot of different Pokemon have litter, but depending, they litter different things. Eventually I'll put these somewhere nice, but for now, they're kind of just going to go on display wherever. They're a lot smaller than I thought. I guess they're pretty big still. Do I have to, like, also sense it first? Like, actually know who the Pokemon is before it can come over here? Or is just building this enough? I actually have no idea. This is, maybe this one doesn't require a stand? That surely didn't work. Maybe this one isn't a habitat. Well, it says it's not. It should. No, wait. That's the tundra. This is the headbutt. This one's. Do I have to have, like, multiple to get it to, like. Because it's a 2x2, maybe? That's kind of what I figured. Wonder if the second stand is part of the habitat, though. Or does it have to be? Oh, wait. Maybe I could fake it like this. No, it looks like I do need to. Is it furniture? I can't remember now. Thought I switched. Cool. Rampardos already showed up. Bada bing, bada boom. Come here, buddy. Hey! Ow. Bro just hit me in the liver, bro. I'm dead. Yeah, I'm soft and squishy. Doesn't mean you could headbutt me, bro. I'll probably eventually put him somewhere cool, but for now, I can only work on so many parts of my world at once, right? So I want to have all sorts, like, even right now, I don't even have all the Pokemon in the starting area that I want there, necessarily. Oh boy, another shield fossil. Okay, so let's go do... Let's take you... You're going... I'm sorry, brother. You're getting banished to Pallet Town for now to go live in the litter yard. I know, it's a terrible fate to have. You just came out of the wild and got found by the New Ditto Society. But you gotta go to the litter camp. I'm sorry. He's gotta go to the litter camp until I make a nice... He will have a nice house eventually. He will. I will take care of him. Yeah, exactly. He might live at the museum one day. Like, I like the idea of having like a little jungle area out back of the museum to house them all. But for now, come on over to Litterville, where everybody litters and Machop picks it all up. Okay, buddy, we need to find you a plot that's within Machop's reach. So, then we're gonna put you in a little habitat right here. You're gonna live right here, buddy. There we go. That's your new house. Now you move in, and now you litter me your stones. Right? That is indeed what you litter. I guess I shouldn't trust Google 1000%. You see my... Oh, this is everywhere. I guess I should do it in this area. This is everybody here have got littering. What else does he have? Oh, he has Crush, too. That's kind of good. Makes sense. Okay, so yeah, I've got all these habitats around the Machop habitat, and Machop has Gather, so he gathers all the stuff they drop. So I've been doing it as somewhat of a farm to keep these kind of supplies up. All right, let's go back there, and we'll probably have another one spawned by now. But it looks like all the dinosaurs plus Blissey are the ones who litter stone. Regular stone. Not like stone blocks. I'm talking like the material stone. And then I need to see how to get Blissey, which I'm guessing is that big old... I think it's the Chansey bush. See, everybody will have nice houses eventually, like these guys. I guess I could have put them in. I guess I do have a few open houses to put them in, but then they're just running around. Again, do I have to sense them first? Or... Because, like, I don't have these guys... Like, if I go to their habitats, I can't remember how it works. If you have to, like, find the habit... Like, build the habitat, and then you eventually sense them. I guess that's not actually Blissey's habitat. Because that's the other thing I might do a little bit of today instead of building. Is, I've been wanting to kind of catch up on... At least finding... So, like, if I build this, I can't remember if I can find that question mark until I make it into, like, a sensed Pokemon. See how this one... It shows that... what's his name? This is... I got the outline of him, so I think I can find him. Like, I think he can show up right now. But then, like, this one, I have a question mark on it, so I don't even know if it can show up until I sense it. I can't remember exactly how it works. Because we should be good to go there. I've got, at least if I got 3 of the Pokemon who drop stone, I should probably be all right. Perfect. Oh, that reminds me, I'm gonna probably need a few people over there to move it. Rip. Yeah, let's go do that. I forgot that they leave when they're done with the relocation kit instead of waiting around after. Okay, but like... what do I need? How many people do I need to do this? 4 plus a person with trade. Okay. Where'd you go, Tink? Come on. Thank you for making me the bricks. Now move. Move! Okay, I think my doggy person... I don't know where it is right now. Hello. I am too in the habitat. Thank you. No, not giving it to Dida, or not giving it to Magikarp. I would like to use this. There we go. No, Magikarp, I didn't need you. And where did you go, Tink? Did you get stuck on Colossal again? Where did she go? Where are you? See, I gotta move some Pokemon out around again, even. I think Colossal just gets too much in the way right there. Hey. Yeah, there you are. You come with me. You come with me, and you come with me. And we're gonna go build the Pokemart over here. But you guys have to follow me. Good, good, good. You two move. Come on. Come on. We're almost there. I swear their tracking and, like, their pathing was so much better at the beginning, and now that I've built a bunch of stuff, it seems like they have more trouble, but maybe it's just me. Come on, y'all. I'm moving. We're temporarily moving the Pokemon Center and the Pokemart. Really almost doesn't matter right now because I don't know the final resting spot anyway. Take a time, get your butt over here. There you are. That is the wrong time. Alright, for those who just showed up, if you want to see my world real quick, this area, work in progress. I'm going to move the Pokemon Center out of here, make this into more of like a humble, like simple house neighborhood without the Pokemart in the Pokemon Center. I think that'll be, like I said, where you just saw me move everything, or move the Pokemon Mart, is where I'm going to build like a bigger, like, upscale, like, I guess, like, retro town. Whereas this area that I've already worked on, like, this is meant to be more, like, homey and, like, rustic. Like, this part of the map. Because eventually I'm going to redo, like, the entire Withered Wastelands. We'll get over the hill here, do that side. I still haven't done anything in this part yet. And then, like, even you can see anywhere there's, like, not a lot of bushes, you can see it's pretty plain over here. I plan to kind of give it this kind of treatment where, if you look in this shot, like, everything that I've built in, there's more bushes, there's more trees, there's more rocks, there's more vines, yada, yada, yada. But I plan to pretty much cover this whole thing. So for those who are just joining me, this is my world so far. There's, like, no slow way to turn, I swear. The only way to slow turn is to, like, turn your character, and it, like, slow turns the camera. But I wish you could almost use the mouse function to look around, so you could almost look around slower. Because, like, when you're Magnemite form, I think this is the slowest you can scroll. which is pretty quick, especially for the Switch. You're not getting like hundreds of frames per second, so when you do a 360, it gets a little choppy. You almost have to do like these slower, like cinematic turns with the character. But enough talking. Let's get... Well, actually, that's being rebuilt, so we can't even relocate. I wish you could relocate more than one thing at one time. It's definitely a downside I've noticed of this game. Or not game, but like the relocating process is you can only have one building being relocated. We're gonna have to power down for now. Boom. Okay. Perfect. So here, we're pretty much just gonna we're just gonna terraform here, I think. I got my stuff. Do I got stuff to do that? Kinda. Might need more. We'll see. Let's see. I guess we'll hack away at it after. Just get a rough shape going here. TikTok, why are you yelling at me? Oh, AFK thing. I'm not AFK, I swear. Something like that, and then we will make it nicer here in a second. Oh. To the storage! Yo, hello! Welcome in. I'm working on my Pokopia world. I am unwithering the wasteland. It'll be whimsical wonderland by the time I'm done with it. Oh, good. Pokemon's been moved. Okay. What did I come in here for again? These, which technically a lot of them didn't even have to be hydrated. But we'll just do that. Something like that. First step is to add, and then second, take away. 'Cause I don't know exactly the kind of shape of the hill. I just want to kind of like I said, kind of make a partition here between the two areas. And I'll clean it up here in a second, but for now, I'm going to at least get this stuff going that I know I want for now, and then I'll kind of etch away at it. Because right now it still looks pretty blocky for my liking, but kind of got to start somewhere. Give your brain an idea of what you're working with. Yeah. Maybe come out a little further on some of these. Kind of like that. Kind of just got to make it look random, best you can. Actually, I should just stay that form. Just do it one at a time, kind of just beep, beep. Something like that. It's a little square down here. Let's kind of chop some of this up. Yeah, that kind of works. Kind of just got to make it look random and believable. Miss anything or make any mistakes? I think I'm good. There we go. I like that. I think I might make this come out a little bit further, actually. Something like... something like that. I think that's solid. I just gotta like fill it up with trees and stuff. Yeah, now it feels more like sectioned off. Like, doesn't that feel like... I like the Pokemon art there, but like I said, this is like a really big area, so... Or like a more of like a neighborhood area, and I wanted back there to be the more like big city kind of vibe. So like this, that definitely partitions off like the cabin area from like what's going to be kind of like, this is going to not be like big city because I'm still going to move the Pokemon Center. Which actually, let's do that right now while I'm remembering. Also, I realized that if you're looking for stone, and I'm talking about like stone, like the actual material, one, there's a handful of Pokemon that litter it, mostly the dinosaur Pokemon. But what I realized, if you go to places like the Dream Islands, I don't know if it's most of them, but like on Pikachu Island, the cave underneath the mountain has a ton of these rocks. You see these rocks on the wall? These like red ones. They're usually the ones that like cover secret entrances, if you know what I'm talking about. These ones pop up on Dream Islands a lot because you like have to dig through the caves or whatever. These actually drop, not every time, like it didn't drop at me any there, but those actually drop stone sometimes. At least from what maybe it's not the ones I'm thinking of. I swear it was. Those ones you actually don't get a material, but I was getting stone out of them. These ones. Let's see, like, I should get some stone. There we go. I got a little bit, and there was already some sitting here. But these are actually really good. You don't get them every time, but anytime you see these rocks on a Dream Island, they only take a second to farm, especially if you're like using the mouse method. Really easy just to grab them real quick. And they do drop, they're not a ton, but when they do drop stone, it's really nice. No, this is not LEGO Fortnite. This is Pokopia. Pokemon Pokopia. I'm not quitting LEGO Fortnite, but for now, I'm definitely taking a little bit of a step back. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. I don't even know how you helped build that Magikarp, but take the credit, I guess. Yeah, between those four, I think Tinkaton did literally all the work. Oh, the big building on top here. I can show you some of the... If you're just getting in, I haven't given you a full world view of everything going on here. You're talking about these buildings. This is my orchard. My very rustic and fancy orchard. It's got a little berry market. It's got the orchard area. Which I still, I haven't added decorations up here yet. There's still a few parts that I'm kind of slacking on. I haven't fully finished it. There's still a few things. There's still a few empty spots that, like, I like to fill up. Like, pretty much every spot that isn't an open pathway, I like to, is this Resident Evil Rec Room? Pretty close. Close. Well, like, you can see this area I haven't really filled out yet. I want to make this... Why do I have that light there? I want to make this into like a little wheat farm, just a big wheat field right here. And then, as you can see, other areas I haven't really fully done up yet. Again, if you see any spaces that like don't have a lot of grass, I haven't worked on them. Or I've like started to work on them, but I haven't finished doing all the fancy stuff. I don't know who's going to get this box yet, but eventually I'll build something down here that has to do with it. Oh crap, I've still got all my Pokemon just trying to follow me. Come on, guys. I have to go buy a relocation kit. Don't mind me. We need relocation. Is there anybody in here? Good. Stay out. As all my following Pokemon probably followed me in there. Get out of there. You too, Magikarp. Oh, you're over there still. Everybody stand back. Oh my god, I need so many more Pokemon for the Pokemon Center. Alright, Haxorus plus 4 more. That's okay. Haxorus! Haxorus! I'm coming for you! Oh, Best Queen can help too. Come in. There's work to be done. Can't you see me pointing my fingers in the air? I'm almost thinking about another color for this road now. Who's having trouble? Haxorus? What is your deal? Do I have to open this up for you? I feel like, yeah, I feel like I do. I feel like that's a tasteful opening in that fence anyway. Haxorus, you're too big! You're too big, my boy. Never relocated anything. Looking forward to seeing this. Oh yeah, it's pretty easy. It takes like way less time to relocate than it does like to build it to begin with. The different buildings will take different requirements of like numbers of Pokemon. Like the Pokemon Center is pretty darn big, so it makes you gather like 8 Pokemon total. And yes, I've time traveled. Alright, Magikarp, I thought I had you over here. Ditto, do you have, you better have, yeah, so you better have lumber for me if you're gonna bug me like that. Give me. Magikarp, what are you doing? You were following me at one point. But it's really nice. It just like, once it's done, you pick up this little item here. And then you can just move wherever you want. And then you do have to do like a small building process to rebuild it, but it's way quicker than doing it originally. What I thought was fun is if you want, when they're done, or not the relocation, but when they're done building it, technically you can leave this big box behind. And I haven't thought of a way yet, but you could absolutely use this as like a decoration if you wanted to do like just leave a building unfinished or like finished but not revealed. I don't know if you can, but it'd be a cool like aesthetic for certain parts. But it's kind of fun that it lets you climb up the ladder, which I realized the other day. Tank growth? Yeah, you're not even working on this. The problem with moving the Pokemon Center is it's really annoying. I don't think any of the other buildings this is true for. But when you move the Pokemon Center, it will leave the PC behind for obvious reasons, so you can always access it even if you pack it up, like you have access. The problem is the PC stays in the spot of the old Pokemon Center until you relocate it. Then it'll just teleport to wherever you relocate the Pokemon Center, right? Now here's the problem. Let's say instead of me moving this Pokemon Center just way the heck over there, which is no problem, what if I had realized, oh no, I wanted 3 spaces between this wall and the Pokemon Center, not just 2. I guess I'll have to move my Pokemon Center to the left 1 space. Sounds easy, right? Until you realize when you try to place the relocation kit, the old Pokemon computer gets in the way. So technically, you have to move it to a third-party location, then to your intended location, if that intended location is only within, like, a Pokemon Center size space away. So, like, you can't just move this, relocate it, rebuild it just to the left, because this Pokemon Center computer will get in the way. It's really annoying. Whoa, they're really impressed when I turn into Magnemite form. Alright. Let's see. I do have a couple of rocks and a couple of trees. Perfect! Couple of trees. Actually, let's put this one. Put it there, and then instead, to make that look better, then we do one there. Get rid of that one. Then we replace. Boom. That's nice. Then we take our rock. And we want one right there. And we want one right there. And probably one like right about there. And then we got a dead tree, which we always love to mess around with. Let's see. That seems pretty solid. Maybe one right there. And then, is there anything else I want to add? I always forget about other stuff I could be adding. Can you look into Grounded? What's that one all about? Tell me. I'm at a point where I'm not opposed to like not necessarily becoming a variety streamer, but where like LEGO Fortnite's my main thing. But then I've got a handful of other games that are in my back pocket. Because right now this is definitely my main secondary game. Where's my chest for? So I have a whole chest just for environmental stuff that you can replace with Magnemite. This is stuff that normally you would pick up and would get turned into like an inventory item, but you can Magnemite it off the ground and then use it. But it looks like I've used most of the stuff that I want to. I just need, you know what I need more of that aren't as plentiful as the other types of rocks? There's two different types of boulders. So check it out. There is your stone debris, which is only a 1x2. It only goes. It takes up a 1x2 space, so it's really nice. So you can fit it right here. And then there is the large boulder, which if I didn't stow it away, this is a 2x2 space. However, there's not as many of these stone debris as you would like. I know you guys are done. Okay, now that it's done, it leaves it behind so you can return it to your bag. But now you see the issue I was talking about. If you only wanted to move it a couple of spaces over, it doesn't let you build it anywhere on top of this, which is, luckily I know that because I'm moving it to a completely third-party location for now. This whole area is where the big city's gonna be. There's gonna be, not skyscrapers, but there's gonna be taller buildings and houses and like a Pokemon Center and a Pokemart, and it's gonna look a lot more like nicer. Oh yeah, another thing you can Magnemite. You can Magnemite pretty much everything. Obviously, like if I were to regular press this, if I were to just hit Y, it would destroy it, and I think it would turn it into iron ingots or iron ore. However, if you long press, it will pick it up, and not only can you move it, but then you can just put it away, and now you have a broken streetlight in your inventory. Instead of breaking it and turning it into iron ore, you can't decorate with iron ore, can you? You can decorate with the broken light post, though. So just tips like that I found with Magnemite. You can do that pretty much with everything. One, you can use, once drill burr is good, but once you get Magnemite, you might as well just Magnemite the stuff that you want. One of the few things that you can't actually is these sprouts, these carrot sprouts. If you try to Magnemite pick them up, it actually will just destroy them no matter what. However, stuff like sticks, you can actually Magnemite pick them up and place them. Now, mind you, if you do this, I've been avoiding this as a decoration. I might go back through at the end when I know I'm completely done with my builds, because here's the issue. You can absolutely use sticks and stones as decorations, right? You can move this stone over here, make it look more filled if you're making up like a little mountainscape. Problem is, you can still inhale it right up, and then once you inhale it, it turns into an inventory item instead of a prop item, so to speak. So like, watch, if I pick this up, put it in my inventory, it is a separate item. This is a stone, and this is a stone But this is a placeable stone, where this, you could technically drop this stone, right? But then it's harder to place. But like this stone is in the ground. And I think, and you can, again, you can pick it up. So it's something you want to do like after you've done all the details or dropped things, so you don't accidentally go through there, suck up a bunch of like blocks that you're trying to do, and then all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden, you get rid of all your little tiny decorations that you meant to have there. I'm just making some room right now. Oh, and another thing. So with Magnemite, obviously you can do that to move trees too. You can take the whole tree and you can put it in your inventory, or you can just move it. But I've been needing trees, so I've been going to Dream Islands and stealing trees. The other cool thing is you can't, oops. You can also cut the tree into a stump, and then look what you can do. Hiya! You can take the stump too. Put it right in your bag. Just move you to the side, miss. And you can even pick up the grass. No, that's less effective, obviously. You just use leafage. You just cut it down, grow it wherever you want to. Dub Zeppelin with a sob, dude. 26 months. You're a champion. Yes, you can move the broken streetlights. Like I think maybe it was asking as I was explaining. But yeah, I broke it, but I did put it back into my bag the moment before that. And don't worry, I believe the broken streetlights can spawn on Dream Islands. Most of those things can. And then if you have a super fail-safe, you could always take a picture of one, and let's say you deleted all of your broken street lamps in your world. You could still go to Dev Island. They'll have a broken street lamp there you can take a photo of, and then you can just print them. And I can't imagine those are that expensive. There's a lot of items that are expensive to 3D print with Pokemetal, but I can't imagine that's one of them. All right, so let's take our relocation reconstruction kit. Bam. We need all the Pokemon. I wish I would have grabbed them while they were still all over here, but... Yo, with the super GGs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Getting it. Here, Zeppelin, since you just got here. I may be, like, I don't even know what to call it, dread building. I've been not in the greatest state of mind the last couple of weeks. Me and Heather have been going through it. But I have been, what's the word? Focusing those emotions into something. And here it is. We're getting there. I'm covering like the entire Withered Wastelands. Your town looks awesome so far. Thank you. I've really been putting like tons of effort. This is like not like what I wish LEGO Fortnite would be, but this is what I wanted out of LEGO Fortnite, in the sense that like and this is what the build limit does to you in LEGO Fortnite, is you want to build a really big, expansive, connecting environment, builds, whatever you want to call it, landscaping. You want to have like everything connect to everything and be able to customize everything. And in LEGO Fortnite you can, until you hit the build limit, then you gotta pack up shop, move a couple miles away and start again. Whereas like what I love and I'm loving about this game is the fact that like, dude, I could just keep, like, I'm gonna get to this part eventually. Like I kind of cleaned it up a little bit. I added a lake over here, but like, oh, I got my dinosaurs spawned in, sick. But like I haven't even added foliage up here yet. So my goal is to cover like everything. I want to put a lighthouse up there eventually. I want to put like a little harbor, since there is literally like one right here. I want to try to build like a few boats and stuff, but I want to build almost like a little like tiny seaside town down here, like almost like into the walls. I have like tons of like little ideas. I don't want any area of the Withered Wastelands to go untouched. That's like my goal, is to make everything super duper mega pretty. But we got our rocks in place. Another good thing is the and I should probably go to some more Dream Islands right now to grab some, is these guys, the stacks of logs or whatever. They make really good aesthetic pieces. Same with like these, if you have trees. See, like I like to almost add tree stumps next to the driftwood. So that way it almost looks like that's the old trunk of the tree that got cut down. But I do want to add more of these, and I don't have any right now. Let's go see if I can steal some. I try to avoid stealing stuff from other parts of the Withered Wasteland, because then when I go to work on them later, then it's just, I'm going to need to move them anyway. So I've been trying to, like, save stuff when I can. Oh, perfect. Because, like, they're technically not unlimited, and you can 3D print them, but I don't know how expensive they are. Because otherwise, your other option is Dream Islands. And I may need to time travel, because I think I already went to a Dream Island today and kind of cleared it out. Also, I kind of want to make... Look at all this extra... Like, if you look at the map here, look at the bottom left corner of the mini-map. You see how much water that is? Like, dude, they gave you space to do so much. I totally want to, is I want to build, like, a... I don't know, it'll be tough to build down here. I might drown before I do half of it to build the foundation. But I want to build, like, a water... Or I can even... Dude, I could terraform my own island over here. There's so much buildable space, because, like, this is all... Like, I'm still not even getting to the border where it kind of, like, yells at you with the snowy effect. It's still going. Still going. Still going. Still going. And there we go. That's the edge right there. It's like there is so much... Like, I could build a ship out here eventually if I wanted to. But, like, there's so much space here, not including land, that you can, like, technically terraform yourselves. Definitely make some, like, beachside houses over here. I'll probably turn all that into, like, sand. Although it's going to be tough because, like, all the volcanic rock under there. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do with all this yet. I didn't even notice there was an opening there. Because, yeah, I've pretty much scraped all the good stuff out of anywhere over here. Oops. Let's put those back where we found them. So I'm going to have to do it eventually. So it's an odd spots for them to generate, like, an open hole. Like, I wouldn't have done that, but... Oops. Because, like, I think... Yeah, the border is right where the dry starts. Because, like, there's stuff I could build up here. Like I said, I plan to build everywhere. Alright, is our Oh, I needed to find recruits for my Pokemon Center. I got distracted. Oh, I got distracted. Why is that windmill dead-ass backwards? Who? Wrong. I didn't build that. That's like it's like one of the map designs. Who put the windmill backwards? Gosh darn it. No wonder the world went to crap in this in this game. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so we're gonna need you, because you have build. We need Tink. Where you be? I have my world built up and so connected right now that, like, dude, it's hard to find any Pokemon. They are, if they're not at their house, they could be wandering around, like, quite literally anywhere. Follow me. Follow me. You know what? You might as well come too. Especially since you're just getting in the way anyway. Come on now. Come along. Yep, come on now. We have to go the long way. I lost at least 2 Pokemon. Or maybe they weren't following me to begin with. Some of them do move slower than others too. Come on, guys. Come on. It hasn't told me anybody's having trouble following me yet, so... You are in my way. Drifloom is the only one who made it, huh? Oh, there's the rest. They're on their way. Boom, boom. Did Trapinch make it, though? He is a really slow one. He's on his way! Boom, 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 boom. Da 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 da. Okay. Introducing the Krabby Patty. There we go. He was literally moving as fast as the Krabby Patty was from that scene. Was he not? It's like... Please, Trapinch. Please. Oh, you guys are all conveniently gathered. Mirror. Do I even need you anymore, Haxers? Oh, I gotta go get those Pokemon. Haxers, how did you get yourself into that situation? Can you even get out of there? Haxorus, I will put you back in the fossil you came from. I don't even think he came from a fossil. He actually came from, like, a different environment. Okay, I'm gonna go find out these dinosaurs real quick, because I keep forgetting about them. And I actually do need them. Oh! So pretty. See, this was a Pokemon I didn't even know existed until I started playing the game, because I haven't played since, like, Gen 3. Or, like, a Pokemon game since Gen 3. What are you? You're cool. Bro! Bastiodon? He might be one of my new favorites, dude. He looks so cool. Like, his fossil didn't do him justice at all. Bro, I like him. Yeah. Here. As your initiation, you can help me build the Pokemon Center. Actually, no, that's not true, because I need to take you with me somewhere else. You're actually going to a camp in a land far, far away. Combi, come on. You come too. Wait, builds that use the border fog? Like, what do you mean? Like, use the windy effect? Like, once you get towards the edge, did they do, like they just use it as, like, an ambiance for, like, a snowy or colder build or something? That sounds interesting. Are we getting stuck on the stairs? Combi, you can fly. Do not clog up the stairway. Yeah, so the real Skittles, it's similar to Minecraft in the building, but it's more similar to, like, Animal Crossing Or like if you ever played that old ass game Viva Pinata, where to get Pokemon, you have to find what are called habitats. And habitats, all they are, is an arrangement of in-game items. So to find the dinosaurs that I just found, I had to build this shield fossil display, which I can click on the details of, and it shows you need a pedestal or exhibition stand ×2. You need the shield body fossil, the shield fossil tail, and the shield fossil head. You put all those together, and eventually it will attract that particular Pokemon that's associated to that habitat. And there's tons. As you can see, these are all, there's more. I just haven't discovered them all. But these are all the different habitats. So like, for example, Bronze Landmark. I've already found a Clefairy, but if I want to find this Clefable, because like Clefairy, if I click on her, she actually has, so I can find Clefairy in a graceful flower bed or at the Bronze Landmark. But when it comes to this one, I don't know what the secondary one is because I haven't discovered it yet. But Clefable, I imagine, is more likely to come from this one, which I haven't built yet. So you attract the Pokemon through the habitats, and you find the habitats and discover the habitats through, like, kind of playing through the in-game story, essentially. Confident, send me the link. I'll check it out real quick. It'll probably be easier. That sounds interesting. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Okay. Sorry. Talking food over here. You. Wait, not you. Ooh, how do I take you off? No. Cancel. Wait, did I put the other guy on too? No, I don't want them to do it. I thought I had another person with me who could. Are these the only two following me now? Okay. Because these two, you guys are going to immediately get transferred. I'm sorry. I need your stone littering services. But as far as like the mining, the only thing you're really mining for, it's not as like heavy as like Minecraft would be. You pretty much gather a handful of materials and that gets you by for quite a while. The conversion rates are like really good. Like you gather like a couple of stone, you can make like 10 stone makes like 100 blocks. It's very forgiving in that gameplay sense where you're not having to like sit there and farm for hours just to build for 40 minutes. Okay, so everybody, this is my litter farm. I've been stacking Pokemon here who litter, and then I have Machop picking it all up. So, let's see. I think I'm about full on this one. I might have to get someone else with Gather around here. Here, let's go over here now. We'll make a secondary litter farm. Let's try this one with square ones. That one might be easier. If I just go with the square pattern for their habitat. Do you play? Do you not? No, I do. I just haven't been playing the last couple weeks. It's been really laggy and buggy for me overall, which has made the experience a huge drag, which has made me not want to play. I'm not quitting, but right now it's like if I don't take a extended break and kind of get my mind off it so I can be fully refreshed, then I'm going to go insane. Yep, you live in a patch of grass now. Garbodor, leave me alone. I love you. You're one of my favorites. Okay, now we need another... We need a... Machop's already over here. He's working overtime on gathering, so we need befriended in this area, and we need another Pokemon with gather. Who do we put to work? I like Haunter. I guess Espeon. Espeon, you're going to be a gatherer. Come on. Yes. Looks like you're having tons of fun, but you must come with me now. It's time to go to work. Your job now is gathering stone. I'm sorry. So let's put this habitat like here. And then you'll live here. Yep. Yes, I know. Very exciting. It's very exciting. You're right. It's an honor to pick up stones after dinosaurs. I need a bin. Actually, I shouldn't need this bin anymore. Do I prefer? I can't say I prefer. There's such different games, even though they're all building. But, like, LEGO will always be my overall preference, assuming they're delivering on content and stability. That's pretty much the deal breaker for me. Not deal breaker, but thing that kind of pushes me away from a game. All right, so now these guys, they both litter stones. So they're going to drop stones here. Espeon's going to pick them up and put them in there. Just like how, I can't remember all of them, Garbodor litters non-burnable garbage. Flaffy and Mareep are fluff, I think. And I can't remember all the different drops. But either way, Machop picks it all up, puts it in here. I think Cacturn drops sticks, which is pretty nice. I don't know how I'm getting stone, because I don't know who would have picked up that stone unless it was just a stone sitting around in this area already. Oh, the Pokeball houses. I believe that's Porygon. I think after you get Porygon, he gives you the wireless power sources, and then I think after that he gives you another small task, and then after I think that's when he gives you the recipe for the Pokeball houses. If I remember correctly. If I'm wrong, I would Google it, but I want to say it was from Porygon. Yeah, they're like some of the most aesthetically pleasing. That's why I think that Pokecamp was like the first custom thing I did after I built some of those little tiny houses. That was like the first thing I was like, dude, I have to make something with these. Because like I made it into like a little like camp that looks very like jungly almost, but like it could do so well in so many other environments. You could have like a whole neighborhood of them in like a section of the Skylands or rock. Like they look so good in bulk or like scattered around in an area. And I kind of meant to do this, kind of didn't. But the fact that I have 6 Pokeballs here, it's almost like the little charging station at the Poke Center. Or you could think about it like, this is my, like if I put my 6 favorite Pokemon in there, that could be like your team. Like, you know how in the game you travel around with 6 Pokemon and that's your team. Like this is like camp team or something like that, you can call it. Like kind of the little idea behind it. But these houses were like the first little try I did at building houses. They're very basic, and mostly what I was experimenting with is dyeing the roofs. These are all the same roof, dyed like 3 different shades of blue, which I'm still kind of thinking about keeping that vibe now. I think blue and gray would be super nice looking, because I'm still gonna, these are all up for change. I have a lot more block recipes unlocked now. I could do a lot better job on that. Also, I need to find like Tangrowth. You can help. And I can't remember if I need to, but you can help. We need the whole neighborhood to tear it or rebuild it again. Luckily, when you're relocating, you don't need the materials again, and the build time is even shorter than it was the first time around. So as long as you use Tink, it'll take like 5 minutes. Use Tinkaton is, if you don't know, I don't think it explicitly tells you, but Tinkaton's ability is Engineer. And it's actually, it's actually the only Pokemon in the game with that ability. And what that ability does is it makes your, it's not like, I don't know if it's a percentage. Basically, if a build takes 24 hours normally, like Pokemon Centers or the really big builds, those will end up only taking 1 hour. So 1/24th of the time it would normally take. If it's an hour-long build, like some of the medium-sized builds, I believe it cuts it down to 15 minutes, so about 1/4 of the time. And then if it's, I think there's like some that are like 15-minute builds or 10-minute builds. If you use Tinkaton, it cuts it down to like a 5 or 10-minute. I can't remember. But basically, it makes every build time significantly shorter. I want to say I have a good amount of them so far. I've probably got almost half of them. I just haven't even started placing them yet. This is the secret tunnel, by the way. This is where you, what is this for? To start to get Mew? I think that's how you get Mew. I can't remember. You get all those, and then you can get Mew. What was I doing? I think now that I'm just waiting for the Pokemon Center to like fully move. Otherwise, start moving this because I don't even know if this piece is going to be permanent yet. What do you want, Tangrowth? What do you want? A carrot. Oh my gosh. Thank you. What would I do without you, Tangrowth? What would I do without you? Yeah, I kind of figured this spot was going to be redone anyway. It was like the first spot that I like started to kind of dip my toes into the buildings of this game. Boom. Ready for redoing as soon as that Pokemon Center moves its butt. Okay. I think I'll keep these houses there because I like the simplicity of them. Not all of it, like, in my mind, I'm going to make, like, over here is where I'm going to make probably much bigger housing structures. Like, I want this area to look very... Because it's... If I make everything like big, then I feel like it's just going to be a brick full. Like, I don't want to make the whole Withered Wastelands a city. I want it to feel like you're moving kind of like from one zone within the zone to another part of the zone. Like up here is like, we've got very definitively our orchard. It's very like vibey. I don't know. It's like not like rustic. I guess rustic could be a good word. It's very like country kind of style. And then over here you get your like your woodsland. You get your cabins. It's a little, you got your lake. It's a little more outdoorsy. And then over here we got like, which is could be comparable to the cabin. It uses the prefabs. I wanted to do custom stuff and use, because these are great. They provide tons of detail and they're extremely compact. Look how compact these houses are. This is about, I think, as compact as a house can get. This is the interior is a 2x2 space. But you don't get nearly as much detail on a custom build that's that small. I can obviously make more detail. I could add vines to the wall. I'm not saying like this is all you can do. But I think at a baseline level, per brick, per blocks, you get more detail out of some of these prefabs. So up here, I made this into, I guess, your flower garden kind of vibe. But over the wall, that's where we'll make our really, really like city level town, where it looks like more techy and like busy. Whereas these, I want them to really feel like just a couple of small homes out in the sticks before you get to the main town, which will be through that tunnel. I think that'll be good. And then over here, I haven't fully decided. I'm thinking about making more houses like these ones, but I'm kind of against that. I kind of want to go with a different wall style and a different roof color. But at the same time, I don't know. I guess I'll figure it out when I get there, because basically I'm going to keep this path. Well, I mean, I'm going to change it out for the gray one probably. But I'm going to make this path stay through here. I like that, since I already made I already adjusted this part here and gave it a water feature. So, like, I want to keep this river. So I think the path makes sense here since it leads to the whatchamacallit. So I do want to, but then that gives me all this space here. What I think I do is I make some, like, elevated houses that are, like, kind of like you would start over here and you would go up, like, some sort of staircase. And then it would be, like, entrance, and I would, like, build the houses, like, into the rocks. You know what I mean? I think that would be aesthetically pleasing and also save space and give me a change up in design style for the houses. Because I could make like a big landing up here out of like stone, or just make it the terrain, and then just have like a shelf of almost like apartment, little, like, I don't know, something. I got something to cook up here. I'll figure it out. We'll get there when we get there, right? But for now, we got the path mostly finished. Do I just get the tiling out of the way now? I think I do, and I'll just, if I need, it's easier to do it than it is to undo it, and I'll just undo it wherever I need to in the future. Wait, where are they? Oh, there they are. I think I go faster in Magnemite form. Like, you just move faster. Oh yeah, it's much faster, dude. Like, not just like, obviously Magnemite building is overall better, but like, just even you'd think that placing an item, moving to the right, and then moving would be the same, but no, Magnemite like finishes his placement animation faster and is able to move over to the side faster than your character is. Can't even see it. Where is it? Sometimes the outline is like too, or like not abrupt enough. It doesn't. show me a good ghost outline of it. Ooh. Yeah, I'll put the curb here too. Like in front of benches, it still goes, but in front of entryways, you don't want a curb. I can't see where I'm placing it. That's not where I started. Dude, I can't see anything. The ghost of the piece. Where is it? Okay, there we go. That's where you use the single pieces. Technically, I could use the corners there too, but... Did I run out? Yes. Alright. Most of those... Is my Pokemon Center done yet? I feel like it should be. I just didn't pay attention to the message. We are done! This is not where it's going, but I had to move it out of the way for now. Poof. This is not where it's going, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna snooze this ad because I can. Yay! It's in the middle of nowhere. It just needs to be out of the way right now. Chances are Pokemon Center will either go where that house is sitting or in that big corner over there. Because I kind of want to make the Pokemon Center raised up. Like, nice and high. So I'm thinking that corner would work really well. But then I also just like the position of, like, if it were there. But I'm thinking if I, like... Because I'm gonna... Like, I'll make my own water features here. I'm not gonna go like, there's some parts where I lean into the landscape. And I'll be like, oh, they put a river there? I'll keep the river there. Cool. But other times I'm like, no, I want to do my own thing. I'll make my own river, my own waterfall, wherever I feel like it. But otherwise, here, I think we'll raise this up to, like, about... here, the ground level, so that way the Pokemon Center ground level starts where I'm at right now. So there'll be like a tiered, kind of really aesthetic pathway going up to the Pokemon Center. But now that they're done... See, now that big wooden area with the Pokemon PC actually moved. So now we can actually start doing stuff. I guess. If it'll get rid of that text bubble above your head. Give me my stone. Oh boy. 3 stones. Okay. First question. Do I keep these buildings as is and just swap up colors? Because that's what I'm probably going to do. But also, I have a lot more deco. I want to change out the roofs. I think. At least for a different color. And then I like the stone that I went with for this one, but I might not keep it. I gotta make the houses look nicer, but I like this little patch. I think what I need to do is I think this is good. You know what? I got it. We got to do... I'm probably not going to keep those bushes. But I think we keep... Like, see how I have these raised up on stone here? It looks like this takes up about half of that space there, right? So, like, house is on the right, bushes, big blank spot on the left. What I think we do here is we make another elevated stone area. And you see how we have a 2x2 to make 4 houses here? I think here... I don't make a giant house, but I do 2... Because I could do 2... Imagine these 2 houses, but combined. And maybe one of them's a 2-story. But it would basically just be if I extended these walls to connect these 2 houses. So over here would be a 2x2 for 4 houses. And over here would be 2 2x1s to make a 2x2. So I could do like a long house going across this way, have their kind of backyard connect just like theirs is, and then have another 2x1 house here. Because I do like that idea. Although... Let's grab the stone first. Because I want them to be a little more interesting. I'm thinking about even changing up the houses that I put there. Because the small ones look nice, but they're so... You can't even decorate. They're literally 2x2 blocks on the inside of those tiny houses. You have a room for, like, a bed... And if you want to walk around, nothing else. That's pretty much the extent of that. I think we were using... Oops. Stone brick walls. I already had a bunch of those. I think we were using cobble... What were we using for that? No, cobble we were using for, like, the chimneys. I think we were using... That's stylish. What were we using for, like, under the... I guess I could always go with a different one. Also... Come with me! There's work to be done over here, and I need you closer. I still don't even know if I like the road 1,000%. And that is something that's easy to switch out, so I'm not too worried about it, but... Okay. I think... Yeah, it's the stone brick walls I'm using for those. Which I have? Oh. Oh, yeah, because I broke a bunch from moving the things. Duh. I'm like, how do I have these in my bag? It's like I feel like we go boom... So much faster to build. Move it, dude! Oh my god, you're ruining everything. I think we left 2 spaces on this side if we technically wanted it to be, like, the same. Is this the new Animal Crossing? Pretty much. It's, Pokemon Pokopia, but yeah, it's like Minecraft and Animal Crossing had a baby. Why am I doing it this way? I'm an idiot. I guess I was just trying to get the border done so I knew where I was placing it. Thing is, like, some items, like the stone bricks, you can't use this feature for, which is kind of unfortunate. This looks sick. Thank you. Now, this is, like, already over 100+ hours of work put into this. But yes, it is very fun and entertaining and fulfilling. Rip. Right now I'm working on like a town, like not necessarily a town. It's mostly just because, like, you know how in Pokemon, like any Pokemon game, when I think of it, I'm just thinking of old school, green and blue. Any Pokemon game though, really, when you're traveling through the world in different routes, like you have certain parts that, like, yeah, you've got your big cities that have like the gym, the Pokemon Center, houses, all that kind of stuff. But then, like, there are other parts of the map, right, that they're just kind of those houses in the middle of nowhere where the old man lives who gives you a special item because you went and explored there. Not all the houses are like part of the big main city, kind of, or like the big town, like the gym part of the town. Whereas, like, that's what this area over here is going to be. This is where I'm going to put the Pokemon Center. This is where I'm going to put the Pokemart. This is where I'm probably going to build a custom gym. Like, I really do want to put, like, a custom gym here. It'll probably go in that corner, too, where those houses are. I'll make a gym on the inside. I'll make it look like an arena. I'll make other, like, bigger houses and buildings that make it look like the main part of town, where this is meant to more just be like the more slower part of town, if that makes any sense, or like the more scenic part of like the houses and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Like the mini towns. Like, not exactly. Exactly, you get it. And see, I even did a nice little custom cave up here. Now it's not finished. The detail kind of stops right here, but I did plan on putting like an actual house with some cool deco for like stuff that rock Pokemon would like, and actually making it look nice in here. But for now, that's all we got. Oh, however, other than the opening, it does have a secret entrance. It's a lot of this is still a work in progress, but I get it to a point of where I'm fairly happy with it and where I know I can come back to it later. But the cave's entrance is below the waterfall up here. Oops. Which, if I didn't fall down, you could then hop out of the water, go up here, through here, and then again, I've made plans for this area, but I haven't actually like initiated on anything yet. And then this leads us back up to like a back path on the in the orchard. It's be a Blastoise. And then I still need to... I just am waiting on the store to get more wheat seeds and stuff. Eventually, you kind of just run out. I guess I could move some more from Pallet Town, too. I don't really need it there anymore. But this is another area you can see. I've built the house, but I haven't... I'm also... Another thing that I'm waiting on for this town is I don't have tons and tons of bushes. And I have lots of flowers and flower seeds, but I don't have like a ton of bushes and hedges. They're like something you get less of for sure. Just like I've got flowers and like those pretty flowers and like those pretty flowers. As far as hedges, I've got like a decent amount. I've got about 30 of the adorable hedge seeds, 15 of those, 11. You can see like I don't have like as crazy abundance in a lot of these, and I want to use like like for the whole orchard, like the whole town where the orchard is. I want to use like at least a recurring theme, so like 2 to 3 different bushes that I'm using in a certain pattern or manner. Because like right now, I feel like I'm gonna start going and then I'm gonna run out, and I guess I could do it piece by piece. But I don't even know what kind of like color combo of bushes I want to add up there, because that's the one main thing that's missing from a lot of the areas I've built in so far is bushes, and it's just because I have like limited amounts of them. Oh shoot, did I use up all my freaking soil? Oh, that's all I have. All right, guess I gotta do this day. I gotta do some time traveling and head to Dream Island. I'm like out of dirt, like completely. Wait, I was in the wrong box. I lied. I'm just running low on ordinary, was it? Or was I just looking in the wrong box? I could have been looking in the wrong box. I think I was. There we go. We're good. Then there's so many items that are similar. Sometimes my dyslexic part of my brain just goes wild. So if I want to make this the same... I guess it does extend that far. And then I'll figure out the dirt areas afterwards. Is it hard to progress in this game? No, I think this game, this is probably like the lightest. Like, there's no major puzzles to solve. There's no like, it's really just like you can go at your own pace. I was a little bit more quick because I wanted to get to building. I bought this game to build. As much as I love Pokemon and I love a good story, like give me all the recipes. I want to start customizing. Like again, and the story was really good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to like go over that and say like, make it seem like it was uninteresting or something. But like as far as progression, as long as you're just being diligent and you just keep going here and looking at your quests, like mine are all gone now, but like that's what I was doing. Is anytime I would finish a quest, I would go right back here and start another. Like you just follow the objectives and they'll give you new ones. Like as long like if feel like you're at a part where you're stuck, if you still have other objectives that you haven't completed, some of them end up like triggering other events that take you like that will require you to progress. But otherwise, it's pretty simple. Like, it's a simple game overall. It's meant to be a relaxing game. So it's not meant to be difficult by any means. I don't know why I'm doing this. I guess I do need that open. Exactly know how big these buildings are going to be, but I know I want at least like this part covered in fencing. I'm also thinking about maybe doing a different fence for this part too, because I've been using this fence a lot, which still, I think this part of the town could still be using like wooden fences, and then when I get to the big part of town, that's where I can upgrade to like iron railings and stuff. But let's see if there's another like an alternative I can use here. Maybe I could like recolor these ones or something. That's always an option too. I'm trying not to be like mega repetitive. Like, I guess I could use the wooden enclosures instead. Because we have iron, metal, and like super fancy, and the stone. But I think, like, maybe we go with the wooden enclosure. But I don't like the way this one looks as much as this one. This is more meant for like stacking. It's like, it's less of a fence. Like, it is a fence, but it's more of like it says it's an enclosure. You use it to like, I'll show you. When you use, you use them to make poles once. You can't stack railing pieces. Like, once you do a railing, you can't do another railing on top. But the enclosure pieces, you can stack on top to give yourself, like, pillars and supports. And then when you have multiple of them next to each other, they make like a lattice. So like if I were to, oh, I don't even have another one of those pieces. But like if I were to place another one of those enclosure pieces here, it would make like that. It kind of like a fence would, but it continues to go up as well. But the only other option I have is like iron, but I think I want to save that for the main part of town. The other thing I could do is recolor these. And that's kind of another thing I should go check out real quick too, is let's just go see what some of these color, because every item kind of dies differently. If you were to like recolor 20 different items red, like regular red, they still, all of them wouldn't end up being the same shade of red. Does that make sense? Like red on this stone block might be a lighter red than red on this wooden block. So like it's sometimes good to just check and see what it would look like. Like the fencing. Like the fencing can only be changed to one color, but like would white fencing look good? That looks pretty nice. Obviously I don't want anything super colorful. But like what does this... It's hard to tell because like it's already changed. And when you, what I don't like is when you click on the color that it is, no color, it almost like, well, I guess it isn't doing it now, but it like does like a weird change. So if I want it, I could go like make them slightly darker with that brown over the default. Or I can make them like almost a charcoal color. Like it's not quite black, but it's most of the way there. But I think these could look good. But I almost think then, well, which ones do I replace? Do I recolor the ones in the cabin or these ones? I guess let's recolor a few of these just to kind of see what it looks like. See like 10 of those going. And then kind of curious what other colors we can do that. White, red, blue, yellow, green, turquoise. Orange looks nice. Orange might make a good house, but I'm not using this. I'm using this material for... You got your road material, your foundation material. You don't want like necessarily your house material to end up being the same as one of those. But that does look good in orange. It almost looks like just like a good earthy brown. Like where, see, like brown, oh, that almost looks gray. Orange looks brown. Brown looks gray. Gray looks gray, at least. But what I like about this default one, you see how there's actually a little bit of a color palette between the stones? There's a lighter stone, a darker stone, and kind of like a mid-tone stone in this brick. When you change the color, it changes every brick to the same monotone. So this, I think ultimately this brick will end up looking best as its default, just because you get multicolored. You get different stone colors. I wish it kind of did the same thing here, but it kind of just monotones them all. Like you'd think here, if you picked green, you'd get like 3 different shades of green that it was speckled with. Because like, yeah, that just looks the best by far. And then, oh wait, this is the one I'm using for foundation. This is the one I'm using for the road. So let's see what. See, and again, this one, again, it's got like darker tilings and lighter tilings, and then like some that are more a little warmer in the middle. But then when you change them, you like lose all of that pizzazz. In some situations, it will look good, but here, I think for these stone pieces, I've already got them looking as good as they can. And then, I can recolor this? Why isn't it this Duke? Why? Okay, so when it comes to certain items, you can recolor the crap out of them. I think it was the flags or something. It let you recolor like 3 different parts of it. And then the Pokeball, it only lets you color one part of it. At least it lets you color it, I guess. Like the red looks good. I mean, they all look good, but why can't they be two-tone? Why didn't they let us two-tone this? Or why doesn't it just, when you change the color, why doesn't it leave the bottom white? Oh, no. Boo. Alright, I guess I'm not changing any of those colors. I'll have to experiment more with the houses. Alright, let's figure out what we're doing with these houses, man. And if I'm even gonna leave them this way. Alright. I think the house behind me is currently using these. Yes, I believe that's the modern wall. And then I want to make the stone, the house is stone, but I don't know which one's going to look the best. I guess I could make them wooden too, but I'd rather them be like plaster or stone. Well, these ones might look good. Because another technique, too, that I could do is one thing you want to make the bottom layer of the house, like the foundation, which I guess I could, like, extend that. But, like, a lot of times you want to have your houses, like, multicolored. So you'd have your corners and your bottom row as, like, your stone foundation, and then you'd fill everything else in the middle with, like, your neutral color. But I don't know on a house this small if that's going to work as well. See, this is technically flooring, but, like, who gives a crap? If it looks good, it looks good. I think maybe these will look good dyed, or maybe that will. No, the stylish. I don't think I'm using the stylish yet. Or at least, I think I had some on me, but I don't think I was using it. No, we have stone tiling, stone brick wall. We're not using the stylish. See what it looks like normally. Actually, we'll just replace this house. So luckily, this is really easy. Ooh, I do like that one. There we go. That'll be easier. Now it almost looks a little too stone on stone, right? But it does look good with the blue. The stone looks good with blue. Because I think I do want to make all these roofs the same color. Because I kind of have a theme going. Each area. Like, this is, like, vibrant green. This one's, like, the turquoise, kind of emerald green for those. And then up here is, like, the royal red. So I'm thinking, like, blue would be really good right here. And then in the main city, I'll probably make multicolored roofs and stuff like that. Make it look very, like, mixed. But otherwise, this part, what do you guys like so far? And it's also, I gotta go with different roof combos too, because each roof combo's gonna look a little different with each house. Because here, I don't know if I like this where it's like, we have one stone, a second kind of stone, a third kind of stone. But it's, I guess it depends on what color it is. Because I don't want the houses to, I guess I could make them different. I do like these two. 19 months? I know. Thank you so much, by the way. Thank you for the resub. Jess, you and Zeppelin, a lot of you guys. I can't name out single people, otherwise I'll make other people who have been subbing too. But you guys are all amazing. You guys have been so supportive for my entire LEGO Fortnite streaming career. And I'm sure there's even a few of you out here who were here even before when I did like IRL regular LEGO content. And now here I am doing Pokopia, of all things. Now we here. Alright, so I do and I don't like that. I guess let's try in one of our other options. And then we always have recolors. Because I think these red style ones will just work better. Because of their earthy nature. Get that. Ooh, that looks pretty nice. It's almost too red, though. It's redder than it does in the preview. And you can tell it's like, that's meant to be flooring. That's not how someone would lay bricks, obviously. But otherwise, that one doesn't look as good. What if I made it the same material as the road? These look like cinder blocks, almost. I think that looks pretty good. Can I recolor the planters? I doubt it, but... No, we'd have the paint symbol there. So no matter what the plant... Why can't you paint the planters? It's kind of lame. But I do kind of like that. I almost want to find a different roof, though. I think I want it like a deep blue. I have too much stuff. And the good thing is, once you color something, you can essentially not recolor it for free, but you can uncolor it. So, like, these ones that I probably am not going to use any more of, I can convert these. So, like, you're not stuck with those colors. Do I go with that blue, or do I go with, like, the deep, like, indigo? I honestly think these will look better. And then what color do I want? So I want it to kind of match the house that's going to be gray. So I think we actually hit it with that combo. Wait, did I hit back? Oops. So blue plus gray, make request, all of them, go. Yeah, there's a lot of items that I wish you could recolor. You can't recolor the bike. You can't recolor. There's a few things that I'm like, I really wish I could recolor that, but you can't. The bike would be nice. I get it. It's a lost relic, technically, not an item that you can craft. But, eh. Oh. And technically, the only ones I need painted on the inside are the ones that are going to be showing on the outside, which isn't all of them, so. Like, this is only going to be showing on the bottom, like a little bit on the bottom row. Suppose I could use a different roof, like the stone roof. Like, I don't know, what do we think? Can I break these? Yeah, you can't, like, oops. They're, like, extra annoying to break, roof pieces. Because I don't think you can roll through them. And yeah, I can magnemite them one at a time, but I think this way is ultimately faster. Oh, it's just the effects of the... Wait, I still want that. It's going to make me hit faster. Sometimes it's a little too much because you go too fast. Sometimes it's almost better not to eat the steak. See, I one punch through the ground over there. That's not what we want. And you can't use the replace feature on roof pieces because they count as like a decoration essentially. So that's another kind of downside to redoing every other part. It's super easy. Ooh, this color combo is good. Chimney goes. I might end up redoing these into like 3x3 houses instead. Because 2x2 is just like so tiny. I do like this color combo a lot though. It's a much darker blue than it looks like in the thing when it's showing it to you. Like the preview. And then underside matches pretty nicely. I know I still gotta close up the top technically, but I almost... I kind of want to destroy these and start from ground zero, because like a 2x2 build is just too small. Like I think over here, I think I gotta change up my approach a little bit. I almost think, because that's not all gonna be garden. I should do like kind of what I was talking about, where I almost combine these two houses and then have a big backyard for this house. And then I go catty corner and do a bigger, longer house here that has like a little front yard / backyard open area here. So there, instead of packing like 6 houses in this area, I only do like 2 medium ones and like maybe a small one off in that corner somewhere if I've got room. Maybe I can clear out a little bit of that and put a house in that corner or something. But I'm thinking less is more here. Because the more houses I have, the less outdoor stuff you get to look at. And I think sometimes that's like, unless you're going inside, that's the better part to look at. And these houses are going to be so small you won't even be able to look inside anyway. So check this out. Let's do that. Let's make that part like that part. Yeah. Okay, so let's just demolish these 2 houses back here entirely. How about that? And I don't think I can grappler these. I can hit the rocks and stuff, but like, you physically can't break these roof pieces with a grappler. It's really annoying. You either have to pick them up individually, or you magnemite, or you rather punch and use the mouse control, which I guess is overall going to be better anyway, instead of destroying the whole thing. Oops. Don't go too fast now. Too much stuff. Too much stuff. Lies. I do not have too much stuff. Do I have a chest? I have a couple of chests around the world like this where I've just dumped crap into it. So I'm like, I am not dealing with this right now. I don't need those. I don't need that. I mean, I don't need most of this in my bag right now, but we're going to live. Parkour. Should I feel like for the front part should be stone, but then as I go to like here, maybe we do like one layer of rock around that, but I think like here is where like the backyard part should start and the stone should end. But I think I would also want to go around like the back side of the building with like at least one row of the stone. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe that's too big. No. Because I am going to make the houses come further back, too. That's the other thing I got to remember. So we'll pretty much keep all this the same. Obviously, might change up the stairs that are there and there. But for the most part, a lot of this is going to end up staying the same. We're going to come... Oh, you know what? That's what we'll do. We'll make one of them a one-story. We'll make one of them a two-story L-shaped building. And then that'll give us kind of some more variance instead of just having like 4 exactly identical buildings right next to each other. It'll be 2 similar sized and shaped buildings, but different. And we'll build them with like, maybe one of them I like this color combo. Maybe find a better roof color for that, or see if the blue goes good with it. But overall, we're gonna make some changes here. I guess I'll just leave that the same. I keep forgetting I gotta pee here. I'm gonna just keep pushing it back and back. I mean, there is a toilet. But it would be nice to remove food. Yeah, like if I don't want the super strong, punchy thing, so I'm not punching through dirt in one shot. Yeah, that would be kind of nice. Not gonna lie. Too bad. Why am I hearing an echo? Is that... I just realized I'm getting a light echo. Like everything I do. Where's that from? I guess it's not super noticeable. Or is that just like an echo effect of the game that I've like never really locked into? It sounds like it's probably something to do with my audio setup, but I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, pattern breaker, I'm gonna explode. Everybody look at my beautiful, beautiful world that we're working on. Let me see how much of this I can get in frame without it disappearing. The render distance isn't too great in this game, which is fine. Still, honestly, better than LEGO Fortnite. But here, we'll leave you with this beautiful picture here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pee. Everybody stretch your legs. Take some inspo. Have I been muted? I swear I clicked it, yo. I swear I clicked it. I remember when I got back, I pushed up, and I must have just, like, not pushed up hard enough. Sorry. I literally thought when I came back from my AFK that I remember reaching for the mic and clicking up, but I must have just not done it. Don't worry, I'm not talking about anything important here. Don't worry, I'm not saying anything important. It's all in the looks. What I was saying is I probably should have flipped this around. Instead of having the corner here, I should have had it go the other way, essentially. But I guess I could do that with the other one. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's make this one a 2-story, and we can make the other one. I think that'll work. And I guess this, because the other thing I'm hesitant to do is what I did with, I was accepting of the cabin ones, because it's kind of like the only way I could do it. Because if you want these ugly parts not to show, you have to have the roof wrap around with hip pieces, but like, you don't always want that aesthetic. So what I'm thinking about doing instead is making one of these a 2-story. Then it's going to be really freaking tall. And I didn't want like that big of a house in here, but I could do it. Hold on. I'm thinking. Let's do the other house first, and we'll see how it goes. Or at least I'll get the outline. The toughest part for me is just like once I get the house shape figured out, then I'm good to go. But otherwise, I don't have as much building experience in these type of games compared to like LEGO Fortnite, which is a bit different, how you set stuff up. Because I've never played Minecraft. So all the building techniques are a bit new to me. I'm definitely learning a lot. I need more stone. I don't even know if I'm going to be using this material. I'm still considering using, like, one of the other ones. But I guess it's one, I just got to get the shape of the house done, and then after that I could swap it all out. Because stone isn't, I don't think it's the vibe that I was hoping for. I guess I could go with, like, plaster and just make it, like, a color. Like, a nice neutral color, like white or something like that, which I guess plaster already is. I guess let's just see how this looks so far. Because what I'm worried about is when if I do this L shape going this way, it'll look really good from the other side, which I guess that's kind of the view I'm going to be looking at mostly anyway, is that way. Yeah, I guess this works, because I like the idea of the open end of the L facing towards where, like, your camera shot is intended to, like, you know, where you want to take screenshots from and stuff. But this should give me a good roof to work with. I think this might look better than I think it's gonna look. I want to try some different wall pieces, but again, that's easy to change out later. See, that'll have to be a valley. And then we'll put those roof topper pieces. And then with this roof, I can also build... Yeah, I think this is going to maybe be nicer than I even thought it was. Okay. Figuring it out. I mean, I do wish I gave myself a little more space in the front of the build. Because, like, my door will probably go... Because here, do I even put a fence? You know what I mean? Or should... It's going to be annoying if I have to do this. I wish there was a move function. I want to move this whole thing just one space back. So that way there's a walking... I think I might do that. So this is why you don't want to build too much too quick. Is you're gonna realize you want to make adjustments like that. Like, yeah, I definitely want that back a space. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. That's gonna overall be better. You gotta have patience in games like this. How many times have I done this in LEGO Fortnite where I'm like, okay, we're gonna build this just to realize we need to do something a little bit differently. Just to move it one space and rebuild it all so it's on center or whatever it is. Oops. I guess I need to move that wall anyway. Alright, so that wall gets removed. This wall gets removed, because we can keep some of it without having to actually replace 100% of it. But, there, we'll do that. And now we can start replacing... Oh, no pee-pee. Hello, by the way. Should I buy a Switch if I'm only interested in this game? If you have the, like, not everybody's gonna have the budget to buy a $600 game, because that's what it is at the end of the day if you're only buying it for that. You know what I mean? So, like, if your budget can afford that, yeah, go for it. But just realize, like me, that was kind of the decision I made. I'm not really, like, I've always been a Nintendo fan, but in recent years, I can't think of a single game that would have prompted me to buy this otherwise. So now we just gotta move this wall back one, and it'll be the same. Actually, I could probably even keep that one there. As long as I still have 5 there, 5 there. That should still work, actually. We don't even have to move that other one. You know what, like, here's the thing, is, like, now that I have one... May I try, like, maybe not for streaming, but maybe I'll try some other games. Or maybe a Pokemon game will come down the line. that I am really interested in. But otherwise, I don't know. I don't have too much outlook on it, unlike if I'm going to actually get my use out of it, or maybe a year, 2 years from now, I'll kind of be over the phase of Pokopia, and then just, like, maybe I just resell the Switch. You know, keep it in basically perfect condition like I have, and then just sell it for 80% of what I paid for it. That's always a kind of like you're almost leasing it or renting it. Okay, let's at least get the roof done, and then I can decide if I actually want to keep this as the walls. I think I'm going to change it. I do like the look, but I don't know if it works right here. It looks too castle-y, and I'm trying to make them look like houses. And I guess they do make brick houses. This is more like a block house, which makes me feel like more castle vibe than it should be. I know I'm going to need a lot more than I brought with, but... Because it's just too much stone on stone on stone. That's the only problem. The only thing I could think to do is add like red brick there instead, so it kind of breaks up all the stone. But the other thing I kind of want to do too, and I guess let's recolor as many of these guys as I can. I mean, it's like Minecraft, where the only difference from this and Minecraft is I think the scaling of blocks to your character size. Like, I don't know how big your Minecraft character is next to a block, but it feels like in this game, if you were to build, like, even like a medium-sized project that you would in Minecraft, if you put that project in here, the blocks are so much bigger, even though it's still like, you know, a 2x2 is a 2x2 in both games. But I think a 2x2 structure is physically just scaled larger. Like the blocks are bigger. So like you have to realize like you have less space than it feels like you do. That's kind of like the only way I can describe as I've been going through here is like, dude, if you want... Even like right here, I moved this whole building back one more space because I realized, oh, well, if I have it moved up, you can't, like, you can't already, even with this one space that I now left, you can't, like, there's no space to move through here, and you only have that much space to place items if you want to add any sort of decoration. So sometimes I think like just the scaling is different. Yeah, but I mean like in-game to in-game, not like IRL to in-game. Like if you were to take this block next to a Minecraft block and this character next to a Minecraft character, I think the Minecraft character is probably a little bit taller than this character is. And then the blocks are also bigger in this game. So not only is your character, I feel like, smaller, the blocks are bigger. Whereas in Minecraft, your character is a little bigger and the blocks are a little bit smaller. So everything seems like spaced. Or just like I said, scaled differently is the only best way I can think to put it. You have to really watch your spacing. I feel like it's easy to run out of space quickly. Okay, so So let's make a metric buttload of these. Oh crap, we're gonna run out of bricks soon. Unless I go to unless Colossal's got some ready for me. I don't think I'll actually need that many. I probably need more like 20 of those, if not less. Yeah, exactly. That space wasn't even that narrow. Like, it seems like it's a little more, but like the fence pieces are technically in the middle of a block space, so the half block space outside of it isn't really touchable. Oh man. Okay, I need to go back to the. I'm not even doing decor right now, so I need to get all the frickin' decor out of my bag, or I'm gonna go absolutely nuts. Alright, start with relaxation. Decoration. Oh man, I'm full. I gotta expand my deco section. Where did the box go? There it is. I haven't even added music to some of my areas like I should be doing. I'll have to do that at some point. How's your day? Hanging in there. Building stuff. Been building like a madman in this game. I think I might actually give this area, like the house area, like an outside, like kitchen area. Okay. I know I could have done this at the other bench, but I don't think we need any more than 20. Let's go. What are you gonna do? I don't know. Figure it out. Figure it out. Oh, he is in there. Rip. Paint. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me reorganize. I hate how in some menus you can organize or reorganize, but if you're like in a text menu, you can't organize. Okay. So we need they are there's the blue and the gray combo. So let's get these switched over. All of them. This is a good way to recycle all your extras from a last project if you're like painted too much stuff from your last project. It is a little tedious because you do have to do like every single individual stack separately. But like these, we might actually have enough of those. Blue. See, why does that look brighter in this picture and then you put it in the world and it's like super dark blue? I'm almost thinking about... that's not even light blue. It almost looks like duller blue. And that's almost gray. Got those. Let's do... these guys. It's so hard to... you have to, like, scour through your inventory. I'm almost thinking white might end up being better, because if I do a different one, then I don't want these gray ones. Maybe I shouldn't do these in gray. I think white and blue would just pop nicely. I think I'm gonna recolor those ones I already did. Because then, oh wait, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Watch, I think I've got it figured out. Here, we're gonna change this to which one? Why does that make it darker? I think white would make it whiter, not like darker. So we're gonna switch these. Because if I make the house white with the plaster, then it'll match the roof and I can do the nice roof technique. At least I think that'll work out better. I don't know. I don't have too much longer for today anyway, but... we will figure it out together. And see, watch. Then, I don't know what plaster is made out of right off the top of my head. Plaster wall. I mean, we also have the painted walls too that might match, but not as much as the plaster will. So let's make, not 350, let's make like 100 of these. I better not have to like recolor. So now these should match, or at least mostly. They might be like off by a shade, which I kind of wish they'd add a feature where it would match the inside of the roof, or you can add that as an option. See, they're not exactly the same, but they're close enough, right? And then I think I have one, but like plaster colored white, I think it gets darker and not brighter. So I think I already have some. No, I've got plaster painted other colors, but not painted white. Let's go see. Because if I can make it look closer or better, I will. And I guess for good testing... where'd you go, bro? Are you still in there? Yes, you're just sleeping. He's always sleeping, bro. He's always sleeping. Okay. Paint something for me. I need you to do a test run. We need a tester of... I made all of those into it, didn't I? That's okay. We can change one of them. We need a plaster wall. Does that get whiter or not? Just gonna do... I mean, we're already spending 2. Might as well spend it on 10. Okay, but then also... we need to see what this one looks like. Where it's... See, that one definitely looks like it's getting darker, but we're going to do a little sample. Color testing. But yeah, I wish, like, you could almost, like, paint the inside of the wall and just paint it as a color match. So, like, it'll be whatever color, but then when you attach it to a block, whatever block it's touching, it would match the exact color and texture of that block. You see, like, right there on the side, how even though I've got that as gray, you can tell that that's not, but, like, I wish that dark gray part just automatically knew what block it was connected to and auto-matched the texture. They should totally do that. Okay, so now we have this one painted white. Nope, that's definitely darker. So that's further off. But then we made a white plaster brick, which clearly looks redder. Because then if we put one of these... Oh, wait. Does that match? I think these two match better. But wait, what about... Oh, hold on. There. No, go down. The bush is in the way? Lies. Well, I'm trying to see it in the same light. Hold on. I very much want to see these in the same light so the shadow is not goofing it up. Okay, so we have one regular plaster wall, regular plaster wall. Here's a white painted plaster wall. Here is the regular default roof color on the inside. Again, regular default roof color with regular default drywall. This one's definitely closer. But then we have with the roof recolored white, which already looks way worse. So clearly bottom left is the best option. You paint the plaster walls white, and then you keep the inside... Wait, was this default or not? Now I can't remember. Was this default? Yeah, we had default, default. Because this was default, default, and then this was white, white. So it's default roof with white plaster. That's if you want to get it matching perfectly. Okay, so that means I need to recolor those again. Or at least take the color off of them. Because what I can do, you see, is make the stone the border of the build or another material, and then we're cooking. So I need to go recolor, like, everything again to take the gray off. But hey, hopefully I only have to do this experimenting like once. Okay, so first off, we need to... I think we got those ones right. Yeah, we got those ones right. Because we didn't put any color on those. Right? Yeah, there's no color on those. And then I didn't put any color on the corners. And then those ones don't have any color. These are the only ones that I dyed white as the tester. So that means this one, we just need to take that off. But then I just have to color. And I should probably get more than 100, but just gotta color these plaster seemingly arbitrarily white. Does make it a little bit whiter. Move it. Cole, move. See, I think what I do too is I can, I'll probably exchange it with something different, but I can make the base like probably a different color than that. But then we just do like this style where this is the pattern. Where you have the bottoms and the corners one type of brick, but then the inside fillings you have is like your main color, and then the inside is all like accent. So like that's your, like I'm probably gonna change these ones to like some sort of wood, which actually I guess we can experiment with real quick just to see what we like. This is kind of how I go through the process of figuring out what I want to do and how I want to do it. Like, I don't really like the way those look. Those are kind of weird looking. I don't think we want anything too fancy like that here. We could just use these, which I've used before, but I don't really like the look of those either. What else do we got? That's technically a flooring. That's technically a flooring or like a road. Like, these might look good because you're only going to see the side of them. Give it a test. Could always go with, like, that other neutral color, like one of these kind of bricks. I also like the idea of these, maybe. But those might look good colored. I guess this could have been a good material too. Just like make them into concrete houses. Because it's like a tan color. That's kind of nice looking. I didn't even see that one. Maybe if I painted it white, it's a little more gritty. See, like, what if I made the... something like that, and then windows. Or something like that. I'm trying to think of what would go good with the white other than like the stone. I guess that looks kind of good. It's still stone though, and I kind of want to avoid the... I've already used this stone for the pathways, that stone for the foundation. So like I'm trying to avoid using like any sort of like stone for this part. Maybe like this kind would look good. Or maybe it would look better if I just did them as the corners. That's also an idea. You'd swear you're always running out of something in this game. Like maybe I only do the corners. Because like here, the whole reason that I made these pieces want to match. So like when I build a roof, I don't want this part to crash with the color of the house, which is the hardest thing to avoid. I kind of had to suck it up for my cabins over here. As you can see, I didn't want the roof to wrap all the way around because I wanted this specific style, but at the cost of having completely mismatching like colors from those roof tiles. So over here, I'm trying to use that same technique. I mean, I could just wrap all the way around, but I like the way the builds look more. At least certain builds, right? I like them more when because not every roof is designed that way. So I try not to make every one of my roofs look that way. Because like right here is the only exception where I would maybe do one of the roof pieces where it doesn't match, and then here, this is where we would continue the plaster. So that way you see how it would be like a continuous, uninterrupted color with the roofs. Because otherwise, again, the only other way you can avoid that is if you start to use hips, and then you're kind of just committing to a completely different style of roof at that point. Yes, it solves your problem, but some roofs do look like this. And I think this is a good exception because this doesn't look terrible, actually. I just don't know if I like the full combo yet. Still deciding. Because that looks nice, but I'm just not committed to the stone at all. I wonder how cobble would look. Cobble might not look bad. I mean, it is more stone. It's either that or I gotta, like, switch out. If I'm gonna keep that stone, I almost have to make, like, this like a wood, but I almost don't think it... Not like I have to make everything make sense. I overthink stuff too much in these kind of games anyway. But would I want stone on wood or wood on top of stone? I also haven't added any windows yet, which kind of makes it harder to, like, look at, so to speak. I haven't even added, like, where I'm going to put the door yet. Because I'll probably make the door... You know what, actually... Let's do like a double door there. And we'll move the stairway over a little bit. We're not going to need 2 here anymore. All of this stuff can pretty much move. Oops. Rip. I guess I'll get that later. Okay. Got a good entrance. Now back here. Did I make any valleys for this? Oh, good, I did. So I think ultimately that style will look better if I have the bottom replaced with something like this. I don't know if I like that color combo. Should I just do plaster and just make them like brown or something? I guess I can add like more vines and stuff on the wall and kind of make it look a little more colorful. What time is it? Oh, about that time anyway. I told Heather. Go till about 7:15 today, and then we get some food. I don't think there's any like major wooden blocks that I'm missing. Oh, I forgot I moved my whole Pokemon Center. And sometimes I think I gotta trust the process and do the whole house up and then start to see, because it's hard to tell when like you don't have any of the little details put in. Because I don't think there's any more wooden recipes, and I bought all the ones from the daily shop. But I don't think any of these are gonna help me. Like, these are the only blocks I haven't bought yet from the everyday part of the shop. Let's say I think I have those blocks. Those look nice. Okay, so go back to the list of stuff I have one more time. Maybe that one will look nice. Maybe the light wooden wall. Or what if, like, the painted wall? Because it's, like, same color, just a little bit different texture. Maybe that'll be what I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm looking for until I see it. That's for sure. See, like, maybe I paint those brown. I think if I made these... Yeah. Let's give that a go. I think that's a good thing we can try. painted walls, even though they're not really... I don't know why they decided to call them painted walls. It's a very odd name for them. Oh, I'm running out of food. Hello? There he is. Okay, I need you to color these, and I need you to color them brown? Maybe something to complement the blue? Like, that would be kind of interesting, white with blue. But let's go brown, kind of how I was thinking. But why does that look so, like, not brown? I guess that it's going to look different probably when I get it anyway. Give me some of those pieces back. I'm gonna test it out on this corner. I didn't build a lot of them. I feel like I just gotta trust the process here and finish the roof and then be able to redo the whole thing. Because maybe blue would look nice. I don't know, but I'm gonna call it there for the day. We'll get back at it another time. But for those watching who have only been watching me struggle with these two plots today, trust me, the trial and error gets me places. Eventually I find what I'm going for. And then things start to look really nice. But until I get over that hurdle of figuring out the overall look of the specific building I'm going for, I'm like, color theory does not come naturally to me. I still don't, like, there are certain things where I'm like, oh, that looks good. I don't know why the color scheme looks good. Like right here, I like the color. Like if I change these roofs to anything other but this green, this whole place, even though the green matches the grass, you'd think it would be like too much green. The other colors are just too washed out. Like I thought yellow would be good for the roofs here, but it's like a very like mustardy yellow almost. But if it was like bright yellow, I think it would work better. But again, I'm not very good with color theory in general. I guess what I can do here too is add some planters. Like but I don't know, it makes me even wonder if I want to move this back another space. On the next episode, Dragon Ball Z. All right, guys. Is anyone streaming LEGO Fortnite tonight? If they are, they get the raid. I can't even imagine many people are been streaming it that often. Nobody I recognize, so... No, I think I recognize this name a little bit. Boom. Raiding over to... Solives. Do it up. And then, hopefully, what? We're supposed to be getting new Lego Pass soon, right? I'll be around for that. Don't worry. Otherwise, we'll keep hacking away at some Pokopia content. And hopefully whatever comes next in LEGO Fortnite is enough to keep most of our attentions, to say the least. But I'm out of here, guys. Have a great night. See you later.